You guys gotta use your sound emotes. You guys gotta use them sounds, fam. You gotta use them sounds, fam. I'm gonna go get quick snack, but I'll continue. Okay, I'll play that video. Let me just double check it. Okay, let me just double check this video. I did want a little break to snack between the streams, not go into it and extend it to be like 4 hours. Oh, TikTok. Oh God, this isn't like. Okay. That's fine. I'll watch this. Man, Kaiser is obsessed with people just about to die. Just obsessed with seeing them. Just about. Well, not. I know they don't die in this, but their final moments. There's a film that Kaiser reminds me of. Me and Ryan watched it together on a watch along. What was it called? What's it called? Yeah, a French movie called Mars. Me and Ryan watched it on a Discord once. Kaiser reminds me of the old woman in that film. He needs to get people right on the inch of death. And she keeps asking them, what do they see? What do they see? That's Kaiser. I'll be right back. What do you see? Okay. I'll get this set up so we can play it as soon as I get back. Oh, that's what the fuck. Alright, while I'm gone, I'm gonna let this video play. While I'm gone, I'm not gonna leave you completely in dead silence. It's just long enough for me to quickly have my snack. What the hell?
This evening,
Yeah, you'll get an intermission, but you'll have something to keep you entertained while it happens.
this evening, I want you to pretend that I was the president of the United Snakes. Because what's wrong with this country right now is the lack of real leadership. We have a geriatric fart puppet who they call the president-elect to give it some legitimacy. And the bottom line is, it doesn't matter who the president is. They're all puppets of you know already. This message ain't for people my age. Not for the 50-year-old, 45, even 35, even 25. This message goes out to the babies. Right now, they're babies. And they're the ones that are going to have to do the fighting. I'm telling you the goddamn truth. Ain't nobody my age is going to beat these cocksucking motherfucking devils. Nobody. These motherfuckers are going to win. They have weakened our military, our armed forces, to the point that if we do get in a war with Russia, North Korea, China, we are going to motherfucking lose. Ultimately, that is part of the agenda. So this message goes to the little babies being born, the ones that are still in the womb that are going to be born, because they are going to be the saviors. Now, not just this country, but the world. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, and a lot of you having conniption fits, thinking of suicide, but that's the fucking truth. Any of you thinking that you're going to be the hero, the Neo, that's going to say, no, you not. You're going to die. Just like me. You're going to die a victim of this so-called Illuminati. But the babies that are being born right this second, or about to be, the little children, they're the ones that are going to have to go through hell to come out right. They're going to be the ones that are going to have to suffer the mistakes of us, the older folks. We are to blame. We are to blame. I'll admit it. All that time I spent in my youth having fun, smoking weed, listening to degenerate music, obsessed with material items, and I still am, when I should have been studying the plan of the New World Order, getting prepared. Too late. Too late. You see, you got all these clowns on YouTube, like Famine Fighter, like what's that bitch's name? Squirrel Tribe, like Tribe Squirrel. They're trying to convince you that we can still fight this. No. The truth is, no. You ain't gonna fight shit. And if you attempt to, you are going to die. They're ready. They're prepared. They got the ammunition. They got the weapons. They are going to win. Accept that fact. This message is to the babies who are going to have to actually be born and live through the coming tyranny. And they are going to be the saviors of mankind. That's the truth, Ruth. Look at that. Oh, I'm down to 0. You see, when a motherfucker tells the truth, nobody wants to watch. These motherfuckers, whoever they were, showed up to see what I was going to say. Try to hype them up. They thought, a lot of them probably thought I was going to talk about the goddamn pedo. But you see, when you tell the truth hurts and nobody wants to hear it. And that's why you're gonna fail, and that's why you're gonna be enslaved, and that's why you're going to die. No one else is gonna tell you this truth on YouTube. I'm one of the very few. You wanted that geriatric fart as president, and it doesn't matter really who the president was. Their agenda never changes. New faces, they change it up, but the agenda is always the same. This is the situation. It's your fault. It's my fault. And now, go to war. That's right. Go to war with Russia. Go to war with China. Go to war with North Korea. Go to war with everybody to defend goddamn Israel. Go to fucking war. That's your fate. That's what you deserve. I hope the draft comes back. Sayonara, suckers. Sayonara.
Alright, guys. He is me. He's me in an alternate universe, this guy. That's why I love him. That's why I love him. He's me in an alternate universe. You have to love yourself, so I have to love him. Love yourself.
Ernest Wilson, a 24-year-old aspiring entrepreneur, wanted to capitalize on the lack of entertainment venues during the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic. As
Entertainment.
clubs and large social gatherings were closed during this period, Ernest began hosting his own parties where he would charge a small cover fee for entry. He would jump between different Airbnb rentals where he would set up different reimagined board games for the party to play. These were typically classic board games with different additions to force drinking liquor during the event. He would coin these parties as game night and would often stream the event to help promote for upcoming venues he planned to host. Typically, these just consisted of young adults having fun during the party. However, on April 4th, the lighthearted nature of these events would take a chilling turn. Ernest would take to social media to promote an upcoming game night where the featured game would be hide and seek. He planned for the event to occur on April 3rd and move into April 4th, with a cover fee of $5 for men and free entry for women. The comments
Free entry for women.
enthusiastic, with the turnout for the event seeming rather positive. Everything was prepared, and as the party started, Ernest would once again go live on Facebook.
Let's just watch this for now and then watch.
Hit the switch. Oh, that light, I don't know.
The party appeared to be going as well as it normally does. Ernest would move
Free
around
for
the
women.
house, talking to chat and interacting with guests at the party. Eventually, the featured game of hide and seek would begin, and as Ernest counted, he would soon find out he wasn't the only one looking for someone.
Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30, because I'm tired of counting. Ready or not, here I come. Lock the door so nigga, the Okie doke on me. Ain't nobody in the bathroom. I didn't think nobody. Oh, alright.
He gonna kill himself. What's he doing?
I'm leaving everything open. Ain't nowhere to hide. Next time they on y'all down here. The front door locked. I'm on your ass. 1, 2, 3. Who made you? I don't know. Get your on the other side of this gate. Who the This can't be one of my friends. Hey, Pride! Pull that shit up!
Captured live on Ernest's stream, we can see an invader hop the fence and force his way into the party. Ernest first acted casual about it, however he soon learned that this wasn't a man trying to sneak in. This was a criminal trying to rob the house.
What the
The
fuck?
footage ends here, however it was suspected that this was more than just a robbery, as after the invasion, only one individual was shot and killed. Ernest Wilson.
What the hell? Oh, so usually in the States they have no clue unless something happens. So have cams on property, hide and seek. Are they Japanese? Mount Fuji.
In 2019, a YouTuber who went by the name Tetsu decided to adventure up the snow-filled peaks of Mount Fuji. In a live stream titled Let's Go to Snowy Mount Fuji, Tetsu streamed his entire journey for his friends and family to watch along with. In
Okay.
the 4-hour live stream, we can see Tetsu scale the mountain from the very bottom. Moving through the initial dirt and stone hills to the frigid, cold, icy peaks of the mountain, this journey isn't one for the ill-prepared. Towering almost 4,000 meters high, the slippery cliff sides of Mount Fuji have taken its fair share of lives, and if you're not careful, yours just might be next. For the most part, Tetsu's journey went rather well. We can hear him laughing and talking with other hikers on the mountain. However, as Tetsu scales higher, those laughs would soon turn into warnings.
電波あるね、しかし。言うね。了解、最悪に気をつけ。指ちょっとやばいね。指痛い。痛くて感覚がない。指やばいね。
Although in Japanese, as Tetsu moves closer to the peak, we can hear a fellow traveler warn him to be careful. Although accepting the advice, as Tetsu climbed on the final hills, he succumbed to the many dangers of ice waiting on the walls of Mount Fuji.
よし、行こう。ここも危ないね。ちょっとね、斜面。あ、滑る。
Oh shit. Oh
The
hell
recording
no.
device was damaged, and the stream ended here. Tetsu was later found dead after falling off the side of the mountain. However, his time of death was not confirmed. To help explain the severity of the situation, a user in the comments gave his thoughts and hopes for the cause of his fate. I've climbed Fuji twice in the summer. For his sake, I hope he died quickly from hitting a rock and being knocked unconscious.
Bloody hell.
Because Fuji is a cinder cone, and its surface is full of small, razor-sharp rocks. When you climb, you need to wear gaiters to keep them from getting in your boots and just shredding your feet. It's by no means a difficult mountain, but it is a 3,776 meter tall dormant volcano. Sliding down it would be like sliding down the world's largest cheese grater. Blunt trauma is by far preferred to bleeding out because you have no skin anymore. I wish peace for Tetsu and hope his death was quick and painless.
Today is the 23rd of November 2023, and Gaza is still under the...
I'm having a good time.
It was a neat.
On August 18th of 2022, a 23-year-old healthcare worker named Helen Wendy went live on Facebook having fun swimming at a motel pool. Most of the video just depicts the woman splashing around and returning to her phone to answer comments left by viewers on the stream. I'll be honest, this one is very disturbing to watch.
Death will get you
The
anywhere.
entire time, Helen can't help but keep a smile on her face.
Have a wonderful time.
Death will get you anywhere, man.
She continues to dart back and forth between the phone and the pool, having fun and laughs during the entire time. However, at one point, she travels slightly out of frame to the deep end of the pool and begins to splash frantically and call for help. I cannot show all the footage of this event.
Death will
However,
get you
after
anywhere.
the cries for help diminish and she sinks to the bottom of the pool, the live stream would remain active for several hours and capture the reactions of other motel pool goers as they notice the body sitting at the bottom of the water.
Like, what if it's actually somebody dead? Because I'm not even trolling, that looks way too real. Do you have their number?
That looks
like,
way
are they
too
there?
real.
Are they in that house doing that?
Fucking Americans.
Can I give them a call? Because I'm not getting in that pool. That looks like an actual dead person. But the thing is, if it was an actually dead person, it'd be
Why are they
closer
talking
to
like
the
this?
top, right? Maybe that.
This is such a banal conversation. Hey, dead person, dude.
Okay, so go around there.
It's a real person, dude. Dead person, dude. What are these reactions, man? Fucking, they think that Americans think they're gonna be alive forever.
Guests contacted the motel staff, and the death of Haley Wendy was confirmed as she drowned in the pool, all caught on camera during a Facebook live stream. Kickstar was a professional Rainbow Six Siege player and ESL commentator. He would often stream on Twitch and developed a large fan base. With almost 500,000 followers, Kickstar was doing what he loved while playing his favorite game, all for a very impressive income.
He
On
gets
top of
swatted.
this, he seemed like a very humble guy.
Did this guy
He
get
was a young
swatted to
kid
death?
and typically stood out of controversy, which seems to be a very hard thing for people in his position to do. However, on October 11th, Kickstar went live on Twitch and played Rainbow Six Siege as he normally does. Nothing was too different about this stream than any other ones he's done in the past. He played, laughed, and once the fun was over, talked to the chat for a bit as the stream concluded. This is how the stream ended.
Half hours. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go for a drive with Stallion, I guess.
Stallion.
Meet up with Stallion, and so I can use the rest of my day. Let's see, what day is today? Is today Monday? Yeah, Tuesday. So tomorrow I'll probably stream. So I guess I'll see you guys then. Probably stream for longer tomorrow, since I'm going for a drive today.
3-hour D&D. Probably stream for longer, guys.
Thank you for watching, everybody. It was a pretty stream today, but I mean I had fun anyway. So thank you for making
Master Caliber.
And yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
See you tomorrow.
The drive Kickstar would mention would sadly be his last, as shortly after this stream, police arrived to the scene of a flip BMW caused by a solo automobile accident. Kickstar was lying dead in the front seat.
Bloody hell.
During a live stream, a woman in China hosted a game which she would spin a wheel of mayhem, featuring various items, including a substantial amount of alcohol and assorted foods. For every donation she received, the wheel would get a spin.
Oh my
The outcome
god.
would determine what she consumed, scaled to the donation size.
This is
Things were
stupid.
going okay, however soon took a dark turn when the wheel landed on the alcohol option. She got a very large donation for this, $13,000 to be specific. Because of this, she was forced to pour 2 bottles of alcohol into a bowl combined with eggs and mustard. She then began to attempt drinking the concoction, however I cannot show this footage. Drinking excessive amounts of liquor is dangerous and should not be attempted. As she drank from the bowl, her viewers watched in excitement, but soon her complexion grew pale. She began to look rather sick and soon was unable to stand straight up.
She looks like
She would
fucking
be
Twig.
rescued by an ambulance
much alcohol.
and later pass away in the hospital. Further investigations revealed that she had consumed an antibiotic prior to the stream. This drug, when mixed with alcohol, can have fatal consequences. Please
Why would you do
take it as
that?
a lesson to avoid excessive amounts of alcohol and to ensure that drinking is allowed when under the influence of certain prescriptions.
Why would you fucking do that? Why would you commit yourself to a stream game like that, knowing you taking antibiotics for something? You're clearly ill if you're taking antibiotics, and then you commit yourself to a game like that for money.
Pashibrid was a World of Tanks streamer. Although not swarmed by fans, Pashibrid had a small, dedicated following who enjoyed to watch him play games and
The minute she placed that price on her life, she forfeited her life. She placed $13,000 on her life. She forfeited.
have fun with chat. You can often find him laughing hysterically or singing along to songs while he drove tanks through his favorite games.
Tio, that's
He
Tio.
wasn't some colossal streamer, but he did his best to just have fun and give back to the community when he could. That's why on February 19th of 2017, Pashibrid wanted to host a 24-hour gaming stream where he would raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It was a very generous act, one that he was only a couple hours away from completing. However, on the 22nd hour, Pashibrid would begin to act a little off.
Which one do you want, bro? 2 weeks of premium or 1,000 gold?
He was beginning to doze off, and his typical energetic attitude seemed to diminish. To put it bluntly, something just didn't seem right. He eventually got up from his seat and left to go smoke a quick cigarette. However, he would never return. The drowsiness wasn't unexpected, as Pashibrid was 22 hours into a 24-hour live stream. Many simply speculated that he accidentally fell asleep on his way to have a smoke. However, a day or so later, when one of Pashibrid's mods texted him, they would soon find out that shortly after leaving the stream, would Pashibrid have a heart attack and die on the floor of his own home.
Tio. Bloody hell. 24-hour fucking stream. Oh, you want me to click this vid? This isn't the one. Well, this might be the one.
This is Immortals of Avium, a single-player first-person magic shooter.
Okay.
Where you unleash an
Nice.
arsenal of magic spells in fast-paced combat that defies FPS conventions.
Inquisitor.
On February 17th of 2021, a little girl by the name Felicia Konashuk would post a message to her TikTok profile. Typically, she would post fun, child-related content to a small following. However, that day, her post couldn't be any more harrowing and serious.
Это у меня сейчас жесть история. У нас там сосед, он пьяный. Он, короче, стучится на дверь, всю ломает.
I think I've heard about this one.
Уже несколько минут здесь стоит, стучится, орёт, матерится. Я просто мне страшно.
On a day when her father left to visit the local shops, their neighbor began to knock on the door.
This one's quite a famous
Being
one.
alone with their youngest brother, refused to answer. However, the knocks were persistent and aggressive. The only thing she thought to do was to post a TikTok to hopefully spread awareness of the situation and potentially get help if needed. Felicia would then go on to say that these knocks continued for over an hour. It should also be noted that maintenance men were working on the home during this interaction. However, they ignored the knocks as they felt it wasn't their business to address a visitor. Why Felicia didn't bring her worries to them, I'm not sure. Soon, the knocks would stop, and Felicia would get a message from her friend asking if she wanted to go to the park in hopes of feeling safe with fellow company. Relieved, she quickly said yes and waited for her friend. During this time, Felicia's father would arrive home, and after hearing a soft knock on the door, Felicia would answer, only to be greeted in fear by the neighbor. In a swift attempt to close the door, Felicia was shot numerous times.
What?
Her father quickly ran to his daughter's side, and after screaming at the maintenance worker to call for help, listened to his daughter's final words. "Dad, I have been killed." The neighbor in question was a 33-year-old man named Vasily Burnett. According to Felicia's father, the two were typically in good standings. However, recent arguments regarding noise complaints left their relationship tense. This was likely the catalyst for Vasily's torment on the children that day, and the reason for Felicia's demise. This shooting occurred only 15 minutes after she posted her last TikTok.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. What if one of the guys in Tesh turns out like this?
22-year-old Gan Soo-jang lived the dream that many aspire, to be a social media influencer. At first, he simply would document his experiences in different parts of the world, capturing different cultures and fascinating customs. These videos would solely be for his own collection, however this would soon change. His worldwide adventure would be halted once he landed in Africa. Not because of any financial or technical issue, but because he fell in love with the continent. He bonded with the locals and found immense joy in immersing himself in their livelihood. He soon found a girlfriend, and after capturing some videos of the local food, had an idea. What if he posted all these videos to social media? Gon created a TikTok account called Chubby Goes to Africa.
Chubby.
Where him and his girlfriend would travel across Africa to try different foods and talk with locals.
Please tell me his girlfriend didn't kill him.
The idea was an immediate success.
Please tell me his girlfriend didn't kill him. Okay.
And it wasn't long before his account would take off. Soon he built a social media team and enjoyed the lifestyle of traveling across Africa to an audience of about 5 million people. With this type of fame comes those who follow. Some of Gon's fans would become friends and join Gon in his adventure across the continent. They would each develop their own social media following because of this, and for the
Clout
most
chasers.
part, every team member was
Clout
more than happy
chasers.
with their sporadic fame. All except for one. 32-year-old Fang Zhang-Young was a member of this content group. He was friends with everybody.
He looks like a Donnie. He looks like a Donnie in disguise.
Personality didn't quite mesh well with the others. Gon was typically known to be a very charismatic, comfortable person to be around. Part of this is likely to influence his success. However, Fang was quite the opposite. People have been found noting that interacting with Fang was often awkward, making them uncomfortable when creating content for TikTok. Despite this though, Gon still encouraged Fang to continue. However, as tensions between the group rose, Fang was unfortunately let go. While you might think that this would cause an altercation between the two, Fang was surprisingly understanding. He departed from the group and continued to make content on his own, showing moderate success and traveling across the world in a similar fashion as Gon. Everyone's relationship seemed beautiful. However, it wouldn't be long before tensions would rise once again. According to Fang, when Gon was traveling to China to visit family, he gave Gon roughly $1,500 to purchase him an iPhone, as doing so in Africa was impossible. Gon agreed, however after returning, no iPhone was bought and the money Fang sent him was not returned. There is no confirmation to the legitimacy of this story. However, Gon would choose not to address the situation. Fang would continue to make claims against Gon and his team, saying that they sent virus-infested meals to his home and destroyed property that Fang owned.
What?
I initially wanted to believe Gon, as there was no evidence to back Fang's claims. However, on a trip to Nepal, Fang's hometown, Gon made a comment saying, "I've come to beat him up."
What is going on?
Up to 10% off
There must be a reason this relationship broke down.
Scratching your head looking for the
They always leave out the details, these fucking videos.
Don't need to look any further.
During the trip to Nepal on December 4th of 2022, Gon would go live one last time, where he traveled through the streets of Nepal, unknowing what lurked within the shadows.
后来呀，这后部不是在前面，不然他的来在前面。网红酸奶吗？哪里有网红酸奶？这个好喝吗？我也不知道。就在前面。
Merely a second after this moment, screams can be heard. Fang would sneak up behind Gon and stab him numerous times in the back and stomach. Slain in the middle of Nepal's streets, Fang wouldn't flee the scene, but would instead stay by Gon.
I just need you to look at his face. Even if I hadn't heard that this guy had done what he did, I can see his soul, fam. He's a complete psychopath. No soul.
In the back and stomach. Slain in the middle of Nepal's streets, Fang wouldn't flee the scene, but would instead stay by Gon's dying body and scold him. He wanted to ensure that in Gon's final moments, even he would know who had won. In the days that followed, Fang would be arrested by the authorities and taken into custody following the murder.
Why is he all bruised up? They beat him. Why is he all bruised up? What's that story? Head like when you blowing up a balloon with too much air, the bottom half starts to stretch. Or the ones with him. I thought it was just him following him and just together.
A Canadian teenager, got diagnosed with a rare cancer known as rhabdomyosarcoma at only the young age of 16.
16?
It wasn't until 2 years later that he would find out his cancer was terminal.
Okay,
However,
he found
instead
out.
of wasting his final years depressed and alone, he decided to do something inspiring.
I'd like to make a little series called maybe like bucket list series. I'm gonna go out and do a bunch of stuff that I've always wanted to do. You know, I'm not sure what yet. You know, maybe skydiving or, you know, just stuff along those lines.
Harrison posted a TikTok about his cancer and his dreams of completing as many bucket list activities as he could in the little time he had left. This TikTok grew exponentially fast and kickstarted the overwhelming support behind his goal of making his last year.
Sorry, fuck cancer hashtag.
Thanks to many donations, Harrison quickly began going on many adventures. both on the ground and in the sky. During this time, he would update his fans on his health and even express some encouraging news, stating that the tumors in his lungs and prostate stopped growing.
There's also a scan where the big tumor in my prostate stopped growing for now, and the ones in my lungs have only grown a little bit.
He continued to gather more life experiences, and his audience watched the date as Harrison's 18th birthday was approaching. This milestone would be monumental. Harrison was able to see his 18th birthday. However, on October 21st, the day he turned 18, social media heard nothing. People understood that this must be a very special and sensitive moment. However, they began to get a little concerned when no update was posted throughout the following weeks. Harrison pretty much went MIA for an entire month until November 17th, when he returned to TikTok with some unfortunate news.
This is why doctors give you the most conservative estimate.
It didn't really work. Tumor kept progressing, and it's gotten a little bigger, and it spread to my hip too.
The cancer wasn't looking good. It was growing and, even worse, spreading. The clock was ticking, and Harrison gave his final push towards his bucket list. In the next 3 months, Harrison would travel all across the globe, enjoying tours of the mountain peaks to the beaches of Cancun. He spent quality time with his family, his friends, and even got to meet multiple members of his favorite hockey team. Harrison is one of the purest reminders I've seen to keep your head high and live life to its fullest. On March 22nd, 2023, Harrison would take to TikTok one last time. This was his final message.
Chances of me going home, very slim. So I'll be in the hospital for probably the remainder of whatever time I got left. Pray for me and my family. It's been a great ride with you guys on the bucket list. I love you guys. Thank you for all the support throughout everything. Bucket list complete.
Harrison would pass shortly after this.
2023, bloody hell, this year. Dead influences, yeah. Inquisitor. TikTokers.
Inquisitor is just as tragic as any other entry in this list.
That Modern Warfare 3.
The others, however, is not a display of unfortunate circumstance, nor a crossfire between two colliding parties. This is an example of how even the best decisions don't guarantee the best life. Inquisitor was a famous TikToker who cosplayed as the character Ghost from the Call of Duty franchise. In the video game, Ghost is most known for his silent and mysterious persona. However, Inquisitor brought his own character to the man behind the mask. He was easygoing, always positive, and remembered to use his following for good and spread kind messages to those watching.
Why are you so splendid?
Around every edge, Inquisitor just seemed like a good guy.
The ghost dies.
For him, however, he didn't account for the evil that often follows fame.
Bad timing to mention that.
As his audience grew,
good timing.
Inquisitor decided to hire a female editor to help him develop content to keep up with his newfound success.
Female editor.
As content began to get pushed out, Inquisitor would continuously compliment the work. He would always mention how it looked fantastic, and would often use the phrase, "I love her." It should be noted that this was said as a friendly gesture, one that he used loose and often with many people. However, in this day and age,
jealous boyfriend
should have watched his words a little more carefully. As it turned out, Inquisitor's editor was underage, and saying phrases such as, "I want to marry her," although in context as a compliment towards her editing work, was something that raised suspicion, something that caught up to Inquisitor very quickly. Another TikTok user by the name Tito is Acting Badly released a statement to his large audience of almost 1 million followers that Inquisitor was grooming his girlfriend, the editor that Inquisitor hired. He used out-of-context chat logs and involved the endearing phrases such as "I love you" to spread a rumor that the 17-year-old girl was being groomed by the man in the mask. People quickly turned against Inquisitor, and his brand of a loving and friendly face was now tarnished. In other words, Inquisitor's life as a social media icon was now ruined.
Just by one other TikToker making
Inquisitor
accusations.
would stop posting for several weeks, until October 9th of 2023, where he would change his profile bio to "I want to die." He would then go live a few hours later, where all you could see was a glass door in an empty room. As the live stream continued, rocks would come flying through as Inquisitor's family began to break into his home. No one knew what was going on. However, after the company entered, they began to perform CPR on a body, and at that moment, everybody knew what happened. Inquisitor took his life, just off screen from the live stream. After this, evidence began to surface of the master plan that had been in effect for months. Tito, and Inquisitor's editor, were trying to frame Inquisitor of being a predator. Chat logs were leaked between Inquisitor and his editor that showed the young woman trying to form a relationship with Inquisitor. However, she was declined numerous times. At one point, she even lied, stating she wasn't a minor. However, Inquisitor still asked for her to kindly stop talking to him. Chat logs between Tito and the editor even leaked, showing proof that they were trying to gather evidence to tarnish Inquisitor's reputation.
We need a reason to get him cancelled.
Every accusation was a lie, and the world found out about it just when it was too late. Inquisitor was a loving friend that
Why would
shared
you
his
do that to
personality on
somebody?
the internet. He spread positive messages and advice to anyone who needed it. He was a good person, someone who found himself in the crosshairs of a malicious evil. Although gone too soon, I'm glad the truth came out, as Inquisitor can now be remembered as the great person he was.
Why would you do that to someone?
Predator he wasn't.
I can't see his content being so offensive or offensive at all that you want to do that. But I don't think they anticipated that he'd kill himself. But to defame someone and call them a pedo, this is why no one gives a fuck about cancel culture no more. Yeah, he might have been a little mentally or to kill himself, but this is why no one gives a fuck about cancel culture. More often than not, if you're trying to cancel someone, you gotta look into that shit. For him to kill himself over this, he could just terminate his account. No one would know him in real life. Yeah, plus because he's completely anonymous anyway. Poor guy. I actually feel fucking sorry for him. I know it's stupid. I know it really is stupid, and it was his decision to take his life. But you have to be like, I would not go to this lengths. You see me rage against so many people on the internet, but I'll never go to the lengths that this bitch and that Tito motherfucker, Tito is a bad man, to literally convince everyone that someone's a fucking pedo. Fabricate shit. This is what I mean, man. This culture, gamers, anime guys. I know there's evil everywhere, but there are some sick individuals out here, man. Isolated and betrayed. I fucking feel sorry for him, man. I would have laughed at his content, straight up. I would be the first to take the piss out of his content. But when it comes to it, man, you don't do that to a fucking person, man. Oh, that bitch is fucking raped in jail, man. Oh, that bitch is raped. False accusations are death in Islam. It works both ways. If a dude falsely accuses a woman, you fucking lashed till you fucking cry for your fucking mommy, fam. You falsely accuse against a woman, a dude gets lashed. But it works both ways. A bitch is trying to convince everyone that you're a fucking pedophile when you're not a pedophile. Get hung or lashed, fam. This is why evil needs to be fucking purged from the universe, fam. Piss me off. Dude, if they ever call me a pedo one day, guys, you know what to do. If they ever call me a pedo one day, you know what to fucking do. They're trying to frame Sam. That's disgusting to do that. Disgusting to do that. To call a woman who's not a hoe a hoe is bad. To call a dude who's not a pedo is fucking disgusting. Vector, hear your chance. I'm gonna have something on in the background while the vids come in. While you guys roll the vids in. Yeah, just line up those vids. New Jack vids. What do you mean, Jack? New Jack. I don't know who that is. Bum's eggs, bum's eggs, bum's eggs. Vector's gonna stab Mo. Nah. Ain't no stabbing going on, fam. Oh, a wrestler, okay. Let's play this video.
Oh God, I had this Mark, man. He was a ring dude.
One sec.
Oh God, I had this Mark, man. He was a ring dude, and he asked me to do a match with him. He wanted to do hardcore. He had been doing hardcore. Okay. I started talking to him about the match, this, that, and the other. He didn't know what I was talking about. He didn't know what kayfabe meant. He didn't know if he was a face or a heel. He didn't know what the word color meant. He didn't know nothing. Other than, I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want to do, that's what we're doing. I said, right on.
Is that wrestling?
We get in the ring. We lock up. He punched me in the eye.
Punch me in the eye, okay.
He punched me in the jaw. And I grabbed him, and we hooked up. He tried to pick me up and dump me, and I had a blade, about an 8-inch blade in my pocket, in my pants, and I pulled it out, and I started stabbing him. And they said I stabbed him 14 times, and I did not stab him 14 times. I stabbed him 9. It was 9. It's on the tape. It was 9.
What the fuck?
I went to jail. He asked me, he came out of jail. He said, if you would train me, I'll drop the charges. I said, it's done.
Are you kidding me? If you train me, I'll drop the charges.
You train, bro. He said, you take me on the road with you? I said, done. Came in front seat out tomorrow. Went to court, charge the drop. I got the fuck out of Florida. Ain't been back since. Fuck him.
Dude, is this for real? This ain't no bullshit, right? Right? What the fuck is going on over there?
First of all, he ain't had no business being in the ring with me. All right? This is not celebrity wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let you get in there and get your jollies off because you've been watching me on tape all your life. Would I do it again? Yeah, I do it again. I'll stab the shit out of somebody else again if that shit happened to me again in the ring. Do I feel bad about stabbing him? No. Should he have died? Yeah. I'm glad he didn't, but it is what it is. That's what happened. I take my job very serious.
But your job ain't to kill people.
What's going through your head when something like that's going on?
Run, nigga, run! Crank the car up and get the hell out.
You got no soul, man.
I was thinking 95 North or 10 West. I just want to get the hell out. Other than listening to that knife slide in and out of his flesh, it didn't bother me one bit. I was sticking the shit out of him. And each time made the same noise.
Dead in his eyes. Look at his eyes, guys.
Hope I got bond money.
Dead.
Is that an adrenaline rush to you?
His eyes dead.
As sick as it may sound, no, it's more funny to me to have some idiot in the ring thinking that he can handle you like that.
How did they continue to how has he got multiple incidents? How did they let this dude fucking keep on going? How the fuck did they let him keep on going?
Oh God,
Okay.
A year after the horrific fall that cracked open
How the fuck did he have a career?
Jack agrees to a rematch with Vic Grimes with even higher stakes. What Grimes doesn't know is that New Jack is out for revenge.
Before the match, I went to a pawn shop and bought a stun gun. Yeah, I was
Dude, why is he not still in jail? Why is he doing documentaries where they're fucking celebrating him?
With New Jack, and he told me he was going to do it before it happened too. So
what did he want to have happen?
He told me he was going to tase him.
Tase a motherfucker.
He came up to me. I was ready to kill him. He said, "I'm sorry." I said, "You didn't even call me." I said, "Home for almost a year. I said, you didn't even call me to see how the I was doing."
This is the highest elevation of any match in the history of our sport.
Well, I mean, I was high. You know what I mean? I was high, so I just tased him. I tased the shit out of him. Jack, I can't feel my legs. I said, "You ain't gonna need them." Bums away.
Nah, that's his excuse. What a fucking sociopath, man.
Which would have killed him. I wanted him to hit the floor. I just didn't throw him hard enough. I was trying to throw his ass to the floor.
So we don't piss Jack off, because a fight's never over until Jack says it's over.
I can't believe he didn't like die.
It's the luck of fools that this guy was not at least paralyzed.
Jim Cornette.
I don't think Jack was particularly broken up about it.
I clammed down off of the
fucking psycho.
I told him, I said, "Now we even, you."
Vic Grimes is gonna need medical attention.
Could you have got him for attempted murder? I don't know. I mean, I think throwing some off a scaffolding kind of is right on that line.
Dude, why are they laughing about this? Dude, what is it with this filthy man's club in WWE? This filthy man's club that literally would cover for people like this. Would cover for Ric Flair, would cover for Vince, cover for Brock, fucking cover for these fucking psychos. Fucking for people whose brains were turned into fucking mush. 9-year-old. What the fuck? It's like police cover up for themselves. A little boys club. Motherfuckers, I swear. This is disgusting behavior. It's the dangerous world, man. Getting a career in wrestling back then. And they just laugh about it in documentaries. They just laugh about it in fucking documentaries.
And when it's time to go, Vic says, "Jack, I can't do it."
Wait one sec.
And when it's time to go, Vic says, "Jack, I can't do it." I was a Vic, we on pay-per-view, let's go. He said, "I can't do it, Jack, I'm scared, it's too high." And we having this conversation 20 feet above the floor. I said, "Vic, on 3. 1, 2, 3. And I pulled him, he pulled back. I pulled him down on top of me, and I hit that first table, and he did his flip, and he caught up with me. And his back ended up against my head, and it slammed my head against the floor, and it cracked my skull, and I had brain fluid coming out my nose and my ear, and I got nerve damage in my right eye. And I can't see out of my right eye right now. And I would never be able to see out of my right eye again in my life. And I have short-term, my memory is about 2 or 3 days old. And I get headaches. And
Dude,
sometimes my eyes get like bloodshot like they are now.
This must be what happened to fucking...
For no reason.
Benoit.
Then I go 3 or 4 days and I don't sleep. Hey.
Brain is...
New Jack being New Jack.
Brain is mush.
That's why I tell some people, bro, I said, when I lay down and die, I'll probably be fucking happy. Because I ain't got to suffer through this bullshit no more. And I ain't never asked no pity party for nobody. I ain't asked no sympathy from nobody. But I done tore my body up so goddamn bad for these fucking fans. It's like, when I ain't got to feel this shit no more, I'll be glad. And that night, it changed me. It took a lot out of me. And I don't play games with myself. I ain't been the same since that night. Vic didn't hurt me.
Pain worth it. The pain worth it.
To be a part of it. And when I was able to see when I came back, the first thing I did was walk in Buffalo, New York, and smack Vic right in his fucking eye, and I was ready to fight him. I couldn't even hardly see him. Because he was telling people at one point, yeah, you saw me hurt New Jack. No, you didn't hurt me, Vic. I hurt me. And then with the XPW, and I threw his ass over a 40-foot scaffold. I had a stun gun with 350 volts in it. We 40 feet up in the air, and I took it and I shocked him in his fucking neck about 4 or 5 times, 8. And then I threw him, and he said, Drake, I can't feel my legs. I said, don't worry about your legs, Vic, I got you.
He's got a death wish.
Up in the ring.
New Jack sounds like he's someone who just wanted to die in the ring. He wanted a glorious death like a fucking Klingon. Now he looks like a fucking Klingon.
I threw Vic over them table. I was trying to throw him. I wanted him to land on a post, the turnbuckle post. I was hoping that he landed.
Dudes like Owen Hart be dead.
But they hit
homies like this still alive. Makes no sense. Homies with death wishes still alive.
And I threw him as hard as I could, and he hit the rope and bounced back in the ring. I wanted that to hit the floor. I wanted him to die. I ain't got no love for Vic, none, because he's a fucking idiot. Sure it is.
Wasn't 6? Dude, why do these people live? Live, man. Life and death, man. It's a fucking bizarre, random thing. New Jack, fucking hell, that guy. Fucking, he wanted to go out in a blaze of glory. He just wanted someone to do him in. And it just never happened. Because it don't work like that, fam. When your time comes, it comes. You can't hasten it, and you can't delay it. That's how it works. He had a death wish. He knew he wanted to be dead. He even said, but you cannot hasten it, and you cannot delay it. Got a longer clip of the mass transit incident if you got time. Closest he got to go in jail. Yeah, send me that. Do-rag on the ass. Oh, shit. I don't understand how you're engaging with these videos. I never get emotion from you. I never get emotion from you. Oh, she greatness. Ryan, maybe. Okay. I fucked up. New Jack. You look at all these people.
When it's time to go, Vic.
There are people on Twitter and YouTube, sorry, before I play this, no doubt, who think I am spawn of Satan. Like for a harmless view on an anime, a harmless comment here, a harmless comment there. You need to open your eyes and look at the world. The devils exist, fam. The real devils are out there. The sociopaths, the people who don't care about taking one life. They will take lives in thousands, or they'll take life in dozens. It doesn't fucking matter. Man.
Come join the Christmas.
Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. It's like comparing me to these peeps. Like I'm a teddy bear. I'm bad, but I'm a bad teddy bear compared to... This is true evil, guys. I'm not a bad person. Like, I don't think I'm a bad person. I don't want to wish ill and harm and depression on people. You know what I mean? Even my worst enemies, apart from Netanyahu maybe, who kills people. Bruh. Like a horror fucking film. One little shit on you, but you feel bad about it. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do something satanic and disgusting like that. The night the line was crossed. Bloody hell.
It's a 7 News exclusive, and we want to point out before we show the pictures, some of the video is violent and graphic. The boy claims he was brutally attacked in the ring. Tonight he says he thought he would die during the match.
Did you do any of this? You don't want to give your sign?
Man's transit told me to cut him.
Cut him.
And I cut him. His forehead was a pussy. He told me to fuck it. I fucked it. I cut him because he asked me to.
He asked me to.
23rd, 1996. During a house show for wrestling promotion Extreme Championship Wrestling, things got too extreme and the lines were crossed. An untrained underage boy named Eric Kulas talked his way into working a wrestling match with notorious ECW originals New Jack and Mustafa, known collectively as the Gangstas.
The Gangstas.
What would happen in the match would lead to hospital visits, court cases, media coverage, lies, deceit, and the possible cancellation of ECW on pay-per-view television.
This kid looks familiar. I mean, I see maybe older. I've seen him older.
Truly was the Wild West of pro wrestling. While WWE and WCW were still presenting family-friendly television shows, ECW was on fire.
Is that Raven? Oh shit, that's Raven.
A huge amount of noise among older audiences.
Alright, Vector, take care, man.
Ran by Paul Heyman, it seemed like ECW was the future of pro wrestling, with its gritty
He never had the chance.
hard-hitting matchups.
Oh shit.
It was extreme in every sense of the word. In November 1996, Shawn Michaels was feuding with Psycho Sid in the WWF.
Psycho Sid.
Hogan was running roughshod as the leader of the New World Order. Over on ECW though, things were going down that still keep the wrestling world talking to this very day.
ECW was fucking hell.
In a house show taking place in Massachusetts, Devon Dudley
oh shit,
were booked to take on the Gangstas, a team consisting of Mustafa and New Jack. For reasons unconfirmed, Axel Rotten did not make the show, so the scheduled tag team match was down one man.
What Satanists these guys?
Forward Eric Kulas.
Oh man, poor sacrificial lamb, fam.
Eric Kulas was attending the show with his father and somehow managed to get backstage and speak to Paul Heyman, the owner of ECW.
Paul Heyman, bloody
Eric told Paul he was 23 years old, had been trained by Killer Kowalski, had experience as a pro wrestler, and he would be happy to step in for
There are no checks and balances, man, back then.
As a side note, the age that Eric gave Paul Heyman has been debated. Blue Meanie says 19, New Jack says 20, Paul Heyman says 23. For the sake of this video, we will stick to Paul Heyman's recollection and say Eric lied about being 23 years old.
Looking for a great deal on your car hire?
Bloody hell. What's like 20 and 23 makes a huge difference. Fuck that.
And an unnamed midget wrestler both vouched for Eric, confirming his age
wait.
being 23 years old. Eric's father and an unnamed midget wrestler both vouched for Eric, confirming his age and his experience.
Unnamed midget wrestler.
As Eric attended this show with the intention of working a match, he brought along his bus driver attire to fit in with his
Big Boss Man
mass transit gimmick.
Dude, I thought it was Big Boss Man.
He had fraudulent documents that backed up his claims that he was old enough to work a wrestling match. Paul Heyman agreed and penciled in Eric under his gimmick name Mass Transit. What Paul Heyman didn't know though was that he just signed off a 17-year-old kid with no experience to get in the ring with one of the most violent and unapologetic wrestlers in history, New Jack. New Jack, real name Jerome Young, was born in North Carolina.
He'd never worked with New Jack. New Jack shouldn't have gone that extreme.
The ECW in 1995.
New Jack is a psychopath.
Lines forming outside Smoky Mountain wrestling venues.
There's no excuse whether you're 17 or 20.
With the Rock and Roll Express was viewed as causing racial tensions within Tennessee. New Jack and Mustafa would make their way to ECW as the Gangstas and enter feuds with Public Enemy and the Eliminators, resulting in some seriously brutal and violent matches. New Jack in particular had a reputation of having zero remorse, and his style of hardcore wrestling was taken to ultra-violent heights.
He just wanted a reason to beat on white people. That's what his thing is.
It's unknown why Axel Rotten didn't make it to Massachusetts for the tag team match with Devon against the Gangstas. New Jack said in the Forever Hardcore documentary that he believes Axel's grandmother was unwell, but really it's irrelevant bringing this point up. For the worst, Mass Transit was now ready to take his place, and he was hanging out backstage before the match was ready to begin.
How do you let a guy like that slip through the crack?
Spoken about how Eric handled himself backstage, and this could have been the reasons for the incident occurring in his match. Quote the Blue Meanie. The funny thing is, I thought he was security from the building. He's in the locker room and he's walking around, and we had pitchers of water, and I was wondering, why is the security guard drinking our stuff? Why is this guy eating from our catering? And he sits next to Taz and he lights up a cigarette, and Taz, who is Mr. Health Nut, just shot him a look. He sits there and tries to tell Paulie who he wants to be in the ring, and he's telling Devon and the Gangstas what they're going to do in the match. No, you're supposed to sit down, you shut up, you listen, and hopefully you get invited back. One of the things Mass Transit wanted to do was get colour during his match, or in basic terms, he wanted to bleed. Eric had never done this before and didn't want to cut himself to get the colour he seemed to desperately want. So he asked New Jack.
Anyone who went into this back then had a fucking death wish, man.
New Jack agreed. Quote New Jack, he came up to me and started telling me all these different spots he wanted to do. Then he said he wanted to get colour. He didn't know how to do it, so he asked me to do it, and I said, yeah, I'll do it gladly.
What the fuck,
So up until this point, we know that Mass Transit is underage with little to no wrestling experience. He has managed to talk his way into a wrestling match at an ECW house show with his father vouching for him and producing fake documents regarding his age. We also know that he's going into the ring with the Gangstas, and we also know that one of the Gangstas
so
is
seedy.
a violent psychopath who
ECW, man.
by this underage kid to cut him open for entertainment's sake.
The match, oh lord. This is a lamb to the slaughter, guys, and he knew it.
This video isn't going to show
And the lamb
clear
knew it.
footage of the Mass Transit incident for numerous reasons.
Walked right into it.
If you want to see the footage, it's available online. What we will do though is describe exactly what happened. The footage was recorded by ECW booker Gabe Sapolsky, who later said, I remember taping it and shaking as I taped it because it was pretty brutal. Like quite a few job guys in ECW, Mass Transit entered the ring to a round of boos from the fans. They were furious that they saw this fat kid instead of Axel Rotten, who was advertised for the show. During his entrance, Mass Transit yelled back to the crowd in typical heel fashion, not exactly endearing himself to the fans. After a few minutes into the match, Kulas was
But dude, he was asking to get bled.
Like most matches from the Gangstas,
Even if he didn't know.
Man with every weapon they had.
He's like, do this, man. I want to get colour. I want to get colour.
For the vast majority of the match, Devon.
What do you think colour entails? Getting cut, fam.
Injuries outside the ring or kept busy with Mustafa.
You cannot be this stupid.
First, New Jack hit Mass Transit with a crutch a few times. This, of course, was nothing new. A toaster was used next, hitting Mass Transit over the head. The crowd cheered as they watched Mass Transit lying across the mat and taking a beating from New Jack. New Jack pulled Mass Transit by the hair and sat him up. Taking his trusty scalpel, New Jack cut deeply into Transit's forehead. Much deeper than usual and much deeper than needed. Mass Transit screamed, pulling away from New Jack. Blood flowed across the mat. Of course, being bloodthirsty and all, the ECW fans ate it up.
People are sick.
His father was sitting front row to see the massacre take place. In the video recording, you can hear him shout, "Ring the fucking bell, he's 17. To finish the kid off, New Jack gets to the top turnbuckle with a chair and crashes into Mass Transit's head. Blood was literally squirting out of his forehead. New Jack goes for the pin, but there's no ref around. Unofficially over, the paramedics come out and try to stop the bleeding. As more medics come out, New Jack gets on the mic and insults Mass Transit. Blue Meanie would say this about the match. I watched the whole match and it was brutal. Anybody with experience would know to never let someone else cut you. Because you know your pain threshold, you know how deep is too deep. Someone else blading you, you don't do it. It's not safe. New Jack is the Leonardo da Vinci of blading. There was no way to vet this kid's lies, and because he lied, a lot of people nearly lost work and opportunities.
Dude, address the fact that he's a fucking psychopath, man.
Cut me for the record. I cut him because he asked me to. Like mass transit. For y'all that don't like it, go die.
Dude, it's like an open secret. This guy's a fucking psycho.
Assault and battery with a dangerous weapon and later sued by the Kulas family. Leading up to the trial, Mass Transit gave media interviews regarding the assault, with many media outlets failing to report on how Eric lied about his age and how he asked New Jack to blade him. The running theme of the media reports was how Eric wanted to become a wrestler, but he didn't know he would get nearly beaten to death.
A Rhode Island teenager with aspirations of becoming an extreme wrestler says he was brutally attacked in the ring. He says he thought he would die during the match, a match that was recorded on videotape.
Let's be honest, when you went there that night, you knew it wasn't going to be choir practice.
Right.
That's fair to say.
Yes.
But did you think it would be this bad?
No, I didn't. Not in my wildest dreams. I don't think in anybody else's wildest dreams. They savagely attacked me. They crucified me in front of 1,000 people.
Eric's dad was in the audience trying to stop the match. That just must have been painful to sit and watch. This is your own kid here.
Yeah.
It's, like I said, it's the worst night of my life.
Do you wish you just never went there that night?
Of course.
There was a lot of spin on the story, with one news outlet saying that Mass Transit thought he was going to work a comedy match, but instead New Jack came to the ring and assaulted him.
He says promoters for Extreme Championship Wrestling, the third largest professional organization, were going to feature him in a comedy match. Instead, to Eric's surprise, New Jack, the most vicious wrestler in the ECW, climbed into the ring and beat him senseless.
After hearing about Eric Kulas' request to New Jack to make him get colour, a jury acquitted New Jack of all charges in the criminal trial, and he was later declared not liable in the civil trial. Performers who testified at Young's trial stated that Kulas was extremely arrogant and demanding backstage prior to the match, and when told that he would have to bleed as part of the match, Kulas had asked
No, but he slipped through the cracks of the vetting procedure. That's a failure on ECW's part, man.
There is, however, problems stemming from the incident that would affect ECW as a company and threaten to halt the momentum they had been building towards their first ever pay-per-view show. Before the Mass Transit incident, ECW had a deal with pay-per-view company Request TV to air ECW Barely Legal on March 30th, 1997. However, during an interview promoting Barely Legal, journalist Keller told Request about the Mass Transit incident in November of 1996. As a result, Request TV cancelled Barely Legal. From there it became a domino effect as other pay-per-view companies passed on Barely Legal. Despite emails from ECW fans, Viewers' Choice and Cablevision passed on Barely Legal completely because of its level of violence. Premier also expressed concerns
What a terrible name, Barely Legal.
And the fact that
the 17-year-old made it through.
But after an email campaign by the fans, Premier decided to carry Barely Legal. As far as Request TV goes,
what a terrible fucking name.
His case, and eventually, Request TV reversed its decision to air Barely Legal, but under 3 conditions. Number 1, Request gets an advance copy of the script. Number 2, there will be no excessive blood. And number 3, it will air at 9 PM instead of
post-war shit.
Sadly, on May 12, 2002, at the age of 22, Kulas would die as a result of complications from gastric bypass surgery.
Gastric.
Later, his parents once again tried to sue New Jack. This time they claimed their son's need for a gastric band was a result of depression and a major eating disorder.
Okay.
New Jack had done to him years earlier.
You can't blame New Jack for that.
Suing New Jack.
You can't blame New Jack for his fucking weight issues.
New Jack would go on to be even more extreme and violent.
He was already fat before he got into the ring.
Becoming one of the most notorious figures in pro wrestling history.
Wow.
Their first pay-per-view.
Man, you Americans, man.
Eaten up by WWE.
You Americans.
Eric Kulas no longer lives to tell the story of the time he worked a tag team match with the Gangstas in ECW.
Bruh. Bro, that was insightful. Okay, last one. Dude, how did this guy live to 60? Oh, yalla. One sec.
That motherfucker came to me and he said, I'm in my hometown. Can you make me look good? I know I gotta put you over, but can I get all this shit in on you? Now, we had just got the straps in ECW. And then you had this kid that comes up and says, I don't mind doing the job, but I gotta get my shit off. You know? I said, okay. I need my daddy involved. He gonna hold you, and I'm gonna hit you with a chair, whatever. I'm like, okay. So I told Paulie, I said, check this out. This is gonna be a match that's gonna go down in history. I said, 10 years from now, which we almost close, people still gonna be talking about this match. I said, I'm gonna try to cut this bitch's head off because he wanted to get color, but he didn't know how to do it. And I got a surgical piece of wood. And when it was time for him to get color, I cut that motherfucker from ear to ear.
Ear to ear.
And I told Paulie I was gonna do it, and he knew I was gonna do it. And after I cut that bitch and I got out the ring, Paulie had somebody take me to the fucking hotel, and they put me in another hotel, and they changed my airline ticket, and I flew out 2 days later to get back home. And 9 months later, I got indicted for 7 different charges, and it was all the same goddamn charges reworded, and went to court and got acquitted. Like OJ did it and got away with it, acquitted all day long. And they knew it. And they said, we don't have, they act like their match didn't even happen. But it did happen. And then Mass Transit dies a year or so ago, and his nasty ass parents tried to sue me again by saying he died because he got depressed and he ate himself to death because of what New Jack did to him. He was just depressed. Give me a motherfucking break. That was not my motherfucking fault. That motherfucker was fat when I met him.
Yeah, it's true.
He didn't just get fat overnight. That bitch was fat when I met him. When y'all said he was 20, he was 17, he was fat then.
That's true.
So that's the story with that cocksucker. And I hope he rot in motherfucking hell, a fat bastard. Him and his parents. Fucker.
You're a psycho, man. They're not without sin, but you are fucked in the head. You are fucked in the head, mate. Don't talk about their parents going to hell, fam. You put their parents through hell. Cocksucker. Dude, he is fucked. How do these fucking animals get inside wrestling, man? Grope women, flash women, stick their dicks out at women, abuse women, psychos who go too far. It's messed up, man. Shit, man. Like, I was all for blood in WWE, but we knew it was fake. You razor yourself a little bit, and a little bit blood comes out. It's minimal. It's meant to look like a lot, but it's minimal, right? Like, these guys. People think MMA. People think fucking MMA, UFC's bad. With fucking ECW was like, hold my drink, fam. Cutting himself or letting peeps cut him. Yeah. I guess he thought that if I let people do extreme shit to me, it's only fair that I do extreme shit. It's like what's required in this business. Like earning your stripes. Like, yeah, I get cut bad, man. I got these war scars. I got these war wounds. Like a badge of honor for them. The more you get fucked over, cut, teeth broken, bones broken, it's like a badge of honor for some of these old school guys. It's fucked up. But now, the wrestling's starting to realize we can't have our talent injured so bad that they're literally leaving halfway through a fucking storyline. A storyline that's the draw getting tickets. We can't have Danielson just fucking getting out for 6 months. We can't afford Punk being fucked up for 6 months and having to rework everything. Draw is more important than the blood. So simple, man. That's what gets bums in seats, is the people. But you had a bloodthirsty crowd. You had a bloodthirsty crowd that wanted blood and guts and gore every week. So they didn't care which wrestler was in the ring. As if they got to saw blood, that is like the fucking Colosseum, man. Roman Colosseum shit, man. It's fucked up. You get the psychos like this New Jack Belladin. Sick. That era of extreme shit as a mainstream attraction was really only during the 90s to 2000s. Wrestling used to be relatively safe. Yeah. Can you imagine unionization in wrestling, Ryan? Can you imagine some sort of unionization in wrestling rather than it being gig based? Late 80s, you had this steroids era under Vince. Dude, Mick Foley, Mankind, he would even under WWE get himself fucking hurt. He would get himself fucking hurt, man. He was one of the few that would just go crazy, dude, like nuts, go nuts. But the worst you had there was like thumbtack matches. They wouldn't go barbed wire. You'd have thumbtacks that would cause a little bit of bleeding, or someone razed themselves. Triple H had some bloody matches. I remember one particularly bloody match with Triple H and Mankind. I think it was a cage match or something. One particularly bloody one. It wasn't like, you wouldn't get that all the time. Socko, Mankind, I miss those days, man. Socko and Mankind. Lord, looking back in my search bar, I forgot Paul Heyman did a tribute speech for New Jack on WWE 2 years ago when he died. Are you kidding me? He did a tribute for fucking... It's like Kissinger. That's like giving Kissinger a fucking tribute. This ain't like the Ross... Brasco.
Is something amiss?
Briscoe. Ain't that the Briscoes? This is like giving Kissinger a fucking tribute, man. Holy hell, man. Paulie got emotional and everything. Yeah, I mean, from those videos you showed me, it seemed like they went way back.
Well, hello.
Sick fuckers, I swear.
Mom's safe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If it weren't for you, I don't know what would have happened to Mom. I was so worried about Mom.
You know, normally I don't like working with just anyone. But you... take care.
Way back at that Paulie Malinagi. What do you mean Malinagi? His name's Paul Heyman. Paulie Malinagi. Paul Heyman.
You're handling this.
He's Jewish, right? Heyman. Gotta be Jewish, right?
This is your ship, right? I hate to ask, but I'm gonna need some more assistance with my mission.
Are you for real? Weren't you just chewing me out about putting Cora at risk?
Thanks, Sam. What if you were spies?
Because it's a fantasy RPG, Toshi.
It means the Syndicate may come after all of you. The only way to get us to be really safe is to see this through. I think the Seoka have found a way to intercept some of our secure transmissions. We can't trust traditional communication. I have a limited window where the intel I gathered is actionable, so I'm afraid it's just us.
Interesting, very interesting.
That's fair.
Just like Lillian. Straight from one fire to the next.
That's the job, Sam. You know that. There's a shipment of armaments coming in on a heavy freighter, the Duma. I know its itinerary, but I don't know where the arms are being stored. If we find the cache, we can lure out a Seoka underboss, Valerie Mascara. Yes. What do you think?
Well, taking out one ship isn't that bad. And the goal
What else?
Always is.
What's been going on in your lives, guys? Will be interesting that been going on in your lives. Toshi, Ryan, Kaiser, Lurkus.
The worst kind of criminal. She's smart. Too smart. She's convinced a number of the Seoka to think outside the box. She has plans larger than Neon, and that makes her very dangerous. Gladly. So we get the location of the cache.
We got them Christmas holidays coming, Ryan. Them Christmas holidays. Yeah, everyone probing into what I'm doing daily.
What did
I'm probing into what everyone else is doing daily. No drama. Life without drama is a blessed life. Honestly. Honestly, life without drama is a blessed life. Best you can ask for. No family drama, no marital drama, no, work drama. They probably probing into more daily, someone probing back. Yep. People like probing into other people's lives as a means to ignore their own lives. That's what really is. You can be the guy that points the fingers and say, yeah, look at this guy, but hold on a second. What about you? What about you?
Anything I can help you with, Captain?
What about you? When I'm not here, your life still goes on, fam. What about you? What you doing? Okay. You get me, Tashi? I'm like Psycho Mantis. I stare into your soul, fam. Stare into goddamn soul. Vladimir. Ryan McKenzie critiques. Rice saying new kid be joining his school class. Okay. Okay, what's his name?
Please maintain your
current course while we scan
Or
your
what's he or she's name? How old they be? What's their condition?
You're clear to land.
What be their situation, Ryan?
Time to park this boat.
What happened? Is Toshi making up porkies? Is he telling porkies? I think this is a kiddo mainly with behavior issues. Okay. What, they got ADD or something?
You can find farms like this all over the Freestar Collective.
The Freestar Rangers. You have no idea how happy I am to see you.
I'm Ranger Emma Wilcox. My deputy and I are here to help. Now, tell us what happened.
I was out planting in the fields when I saw some men approaching. They looked like soldiers with uniforms and weapons and such. They wanted to buy the farm. Didn't even ask if it was for sale. Their offer was so low, I told them right where they could stick it. They said they'd give me time to think about it, but if I didn't change my mind, I was gonna regret it. Then they left.
Forget which kiddo it is. One joining on Monday, another 2 after winter break. Nice. Nice. You running shit there now, right? Like, I know you share responsibility with other women, like, in terms of caring, but do you run shit there now, Ryan? Because you're the only dude there. Don't you find it weird, Ryan, that you're the only guy working with other women? Like, there's no other dudes working with you. Or am I wrong? This kiddo I haven't met. One of the autistic kiddos I did, and the other one is Down syndrome. Okay. Down syndrome.
Is something wrong? Nothing I can think of, no. Truth is, we're in some hard times here. The last harvest was the worst we've had in a long time. Besides, it ain't like there's a lack of available land around here. There were 4, but when they were walking away, I heard them talking like there were others. Maybe there's more out there. That's right. The uniforms look like the ones worn by Freestar soldiers back during the war.
I don't find it weird working with women now.
Like men who are used.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that you find it weird. I'm saying it's weird that there are not more dudes willing to get into this kind of work, right? That even up for the length of time that you've been doing it, it's mainly been females who have signed up to do this, or you're working around. Like, you're the only guy there doing it.
Back behind the house there's some canyons. They went that way. That place is dangerous. Steep slopes, narrow trails, rock slides, and all manner of hostile creatures, too. If you're going after those men, be careful. Oh, there's one other thing. They said they were the first. The first of what, I'm not sure. But there must be more of them coming.
Thank you, ma'am. That should be enough for us to find these men. All right, Deputy. Keep that weapon handy and your eyes sharp. Since these guys don't know we're after them, they're probably not making an effort to hide their tracks. Now, let's go and check out those canyons.
Let's move quick and steady. Heads on a swivel.
Glad to have you along, Sam.
No doubt. No doubt. I mean, yeah, a lot of reasons there's less men in the field, yeah. Ryan is like one of a kind. Ryan literally is one of a kind. One of a kind.
Boot tracks. Several pairs by the look. Not too old either. Let's head down into the canyon and see if we can find more. Right up. I like it. Nice change of pace from the city. I grew up on a farm.
Hopefully whatever got them doesn't get us.
Hope they're not perched up on these walls, waiting to snipe at us. Watch it!
Need to go pick up my sister from work in like 10 minutes. Shake my hand. Why are you quiet? Toshi, why are you quiet? If you don't talk, I don't have nothing to respond to, Toshi.
Nice to get out under the sky for a spell.
CM Punk, yeah. We'll catch up midway this week. Ryan, I'll let you know. Midway this week. Catch up on everything.
You're a natural tracker.
Next PPV on right now. He opened the show with a segment with Shawn Michaels. Dude, they are not gonna waste Punk. They are not wasting Punk. I love that. Damn. They're spreading him everywhere. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
You smell that? I bet my badge that's wood smoke from a campfire.
Fun times ahead.
Right.
Stay frosty.
That don't concern you. If the Rangers get in our way, then they get what they deserve. That's all you need to know. Now quit complaining and get back to your post.
We're gonna have some fun.
Well now, look who's
He was going crazy promoting Punk. He came out wearing Bret Hart merch. Nice.
Except it ain't much of a cavalry.
That's awesome.
I suggest you turn around and walk away while you still can.
A firefight here could get messy. Some good old-fashioned talking might be the ticket.
Good for business, Ryan. Good for business.
Oh, it ain't exactly the farm that's special, but that ain't none of your business. Don't recognize the uniforms. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's like the Major said, everyone's conveniently forgotten. Forgotten our sacrifice. forgotten how we were betrayed. We'll make them all remember soon enough. I promise you that. You think you're in a position to make demands? Well, I've got news for you. All you're getting from me is a shallow grave. So, got any last words I should try to remember? Oh, I think it does. We've been found out! Don't let him leave here alive!
Sorry, mate. Dude, I told you guys. Didn't have to get violent.
Whatever you were aiming at is so dead. It's like that.
That was a lot rougher than I expected. Let's talk. Are you okay? Really? Guess you've led a pretty exciting life. Maybe the less I know about that, the better. Let's search the area. Maybe we can find something that explains what these guys were up to. Hopefully, we can find something that explains who these guys were and why they were after the Wagoner farm. Likewise. Let's have a look around.
What are we looking for? Joshi, where you gone, fam? Why'd you suddenly just fall asleep?
You handled yourself well.
What are we looking for? Does she really be doing an endurance test on his strums? Suddenly he's got nothing to talk about. When I'm distracted watching a video, he'll say everything. When he has my full attention, nothing. Quays. That shit, quay.
We should check the place out.
That's what I'm trying to do, fam. I ain't found nothing. Ain't found nothing. Oh, they got a ship over there. Over there, over there. Where the topics. This is what happens, Ryan.
For your deposit to the Koroko Book Fund.
People only are on the stream when they want something. They only on the stream when they want something. Watchdog. It's inaccessible. Go on Wiki 4 and drop some facts, Toshi. Yeah, give me some trivia. Give me some Fable trivia, Toshi. What, something like what? There we go. See, Yvette's lurking. You've come to save the day, Yvette. When my own boys ditch me. That Yvette. I need to check your DM about the AI bot, Yvette. I want that funny AI bot. The shade bot. The roast bot that you had, Yvette. You had mans dissing my stream on your Game Awards stream, Yvette. I was getting dissed by AI and I couldn't even speak up for myself because he had me muted, Yvette. I had AI roasting me and I couldn't even defend my honor because you had me muted. And now I want other people to feel that. Have you finished Starfield, Yvette? Story for Starfield. Sam Cole. And now I can leave in a few minutes to go pick up the sis without feeling bad about leaving mode. So, dude, as soon as you leave, Yvette's gone. I have to do some side quest left. Okay, yeah, but yeah, I want to set that AI bot up. Keep people on their toes. That way, I don't have to do the roasting. The AI can do the roasting for me. What am I supposed to be looking for here? What the hell? I have to do, is AI bot gonna be a points thing? No. You just use a command to request it. Like, I think...
If you're too tired to pick up those valuables, I will happily help you out.
I think someone put
What a guy, right?
Twitch versus YouTube and then it just slandered me for some reason. There is a catch with the bot. You need access to chat. Oh man. Oh fuck. Ban that, man. Ban that, fam.
We should check the place out.
Ban that. I wouldn't mind sinking money into my stream if I had more subs, more like engaged subs. That would be fine. But to do a chat GPT monthly sub just for that, no. How much is that? How much is the monthly sub to chat GPT API? I'd do it, honestly, I'd do it. If this, even in the chop change that the Twitch stream makes, was enough to cover it. So if the $15 a month that I make was enough to cover it, I'd do it. 30, okay, what the fuck? Or 20, let me check. It's probably 25 then.
Well, they don't need it.
What are we looking for?
You handled yourself well.
Jack.
Reimbursed by work, so I have access. Oh, you say your work reimburses you for it? Oh yes, okay. Down that free access, damn. If I had more people, I'd probably invest in ChatGPT monthly sub for that bot alone. What am I looking for here? Alright, this is these job slates they keep talking about.
find anything interesting?
So much for that, Yvette. All your doodads, all your fancy shit on your Twitch streams. I can't even do that no more, man. I can't do that. I'm playing catch up to Yvette. Yvette's gonna have like androids and AI just completely do a stream, and people won't even realize that it's Yvette's just chilling, munching, while the AI does all the work. Yvette's gone into that AI, the Matrix. Yeah, Yvette gone into that Matrix. You could, as a VTuber, you could basically do a AI stream, and some people might not even realize that's not actually you doing it. That's the way to do it. Yeah.
You see? Let's see what we have here. Interesting. So, their ship was stolen from the Hope Tech factory.
Yvette, are you gonna be Iron Mouse, Yvette?
Someone really wants that farm.
Are you hoping to get nominated for the Game Awards Content Creator of the Year? Trying to be Iron Mouse. Good thing Yvette has is, unlike Iron Mouse, her voice isn't annoying. Iron Mouse's voice is too annoying. I just do this for fun, yeah. She does it full time, yeah. Because she's ill, like she's homebound, apparently. So she's got no choice but to do it. Yvette doesn't have the backstory to get peeps emotional like Iron Mouse, yeah. Or the singing skills, as I'm aware. But she uses modulation to get that voice. If she's like a 40-year-old woman, she must use some sort of modulation. Iron Mouse must use some sort of modulation or some script or something to get that voice. The never-aging VTuber. Iron Mouse voice is like that because of her. Oh, it's because of her condition. It's like that. Oh shit. Yeah, nah, I don't sing in public. Yeah. Man, I still remember the days where used to go like you were hearing Hindi Urdu words for the first time. Binjud. We were like, damn, that's a pretty R-rated like term. Binjud. She can't leave her house here. She's homebound. But here's a quandary. Just because she has a sad backstory, just because she does it out of necessity, does that mean that it's not cringe? You know what I mean? That's the quandary, guys. That's the Piers Morgan quandary. Does it make it not cringe? It's cringe. And I know she's got no choice, so I would never attack the person. I only attack the content. I never attack the person. Even with Chibi, I will attack the content. I'll never attack the person. Cringe is cringe, but not all of us can know her backstory. That's the problem. And I doubt people listen to her because of the backstory. It's the escapism. It's the escapism. The backstory came after, when she was more comfortable with her subscribers to tell them that. But I doubt anyone actually, not like Boogie. Boogie got all his subs because of sympathy, pity party sympathy. And Iron Mouse built it off people who like that kind of VTuber stuff. The anime model with big boobies can definitely be cringe, but she seems nice and I respect the talent from opera training. Okay, nice. Yeah, I've seen 1 or 2 clips of her, like viral vids of her singing. What is this? Yeah, it's impressive. But you can only be 1 or 2 handful of people like her. Because everyone after that becomes like a derivative. Just a derivative of her. You know what I mean? You, like one-hit wonders. You can only have 1 Ninja. You can only have 1 Jake Paul. You can only have 1 Keemstar. You can only have 1, like... You can't have derivatives.
What's the news? What happened? Did you find those men?
Right, do you know if Connor seen her in real life? Who's Connor? You talking about Trash Taste? Connor from Trash Taste. A pic of her, yeah, he has. Not visit though. C the oh, the Welsh one, okay. Sea Dog, VA. Oh, the normal one, yeah, the one that everyone bigs up. Gigak and Anime Man are the weebs and the... Yvette, please tell me you don't listen to Trash Taste. Do you listen to Trash Taste podcast, Yvette? Is this a conspiracy? Zess listens to it, Yasha listens to it, Ryan listens to it, Yvette listens to it. Only reason I know of Iron Mouse because of him, okay. I don't know what it is. Oh, okay. How do you know this Connor? How do you know the Connor name? Did Ryan mention it? I'm just trying to see if Ryan mentioned it. Nope. Because of Iron Mouse, okay. I see. Are they connected then? How do they know each other? How are they connected? How do Iron Mouse and Connor know each other? Are they in a relationship or something?
You still... On the one hand, I'm sorry it had to go that way. On the other, they had it coming.
She did in real life VTuber streams with them. Okay.
And why do they want my farm?
Nice. I think she was a fan of his, and somehow they ended up collabing. Nice. Where my collabs at, man? Can't even get that paranoid schizophrenic Hollywood god to do nothing. Austin cannot reach Austin. People I respect that I could collab with. Someone gettable. Someone gettable. I've collabed with most of the people I respect, like small people. I mean, like Grace, Ken. But who do I actually watch? Who do I watch that I respect? That doesn't do anything like what I do. And I could do collab.
Is something wrong?
Yeah, just give me a sec. Don't know. No, Alex Jones. And we were having this conversation yesterday about all these weird oddballs I love. I give love to. They don't reciprocate that love. I give Geo love. He don't give it back. I give Omega love. He don't give it back. Hollywood God thinks I'm a communist. So he's always paranoid every time I leave a comment. He won't do a collab with me. Normies like, not normies, but normal people like Grease Lightning, Ken Senpai, Khan, Jess, Memory and K, those guys who are doing reacts, they all done like collabs and stuff.
Your tongue.
Alex Jones versus Moyne and Picket Ball. Oh, Lord.
So I have no way of knowing if there aren't more coming. Guess I'll start sleeping.
Alex Jones.
I can't thank you enough. I'd hate to be remembered as the wagoner who couldn't hold on to the farm that's been in the family for so long.
What about you? You used to do collabs, or you did collabs with other VTubers, Yvette. I think I remember. There was some person that looked like a wizard. You VTuber collab you did, I think. And you did some other collabs. You were part of the Hispanic group, right? You were part of this Hispanic group, subgroup within some collab agency thing. I remember. Them collabs.
Of course.
Yeah.
All the same, I'm grateful.
If you have any more trouble, give us a call. We're in system, so it won't take long to get someone out here. All right, Deputy. Let's get back to the rock. We need to report this to the Marshal.
Dad, please don't stop.
Collabs are tough nowadays because people have a different tone on each of their channels. Tonally, it's a problem. You know what I mean? The tones clash unless your community is really down with what both of you do. Because there's a Easy Allies basically is a nice guy podcast, gaming podcast. They invited on someone, a host of one of these more conservative gamer podcasts, you know, like Republican conservative style gamer podcasts. When he appeared on their show, their Discord went crazy. They were trying to cancel them. They were crucifying everyone. Apologies had to be put out. Sorry, we invited this guy on and stuff, and it just ruined people's relationships to the point where one of the guys on the podcast had to leave. So collaborations can be tough, man. Yeah. So this is why you mute me there. We know why you mute me. I'm not even like salty. I understand. Like I've explained. I totally understand. You're going for like light-hearted, fun, upbeat, not depressing content. You're going for is complete opposite, antithetical to what I'm going for, which is like a realist, old and grumpy, not grumpy old man, but like a realist, pragmatist sort of like hard talk sort of thing. And those will never gel. Those will never gel. But I do miss Lil Shaggy. I know Lil Shaggy's still my boy, man. I know Lil Shaggy's still my boy from your community. I always see me and him interacting. We share a lot in common in terms of taste and stuff. To be honest, I hate hearing my voice in the stream. Yeah. Plus, it might be controversial to associate yourself with some of the crazy shit I say. I hope, inshallah, one day you're able to reach up a point with your community or just in general where you can live life without apology. Like, you can say what you really want to say. You know what I mean? You don't have to say it as like rudely or as abrasively as me, but you can say what you want to say. You can talk about what you want to talk. If you want to talk about Israel, if you want to talk about Palestine on a stream, if you want to get political, that's freedom, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's freedom. We're so lucky to be living here where freedom of speech exists.
Jesus told us to prepare ourselves for the prosecutors. The people of the world is the prosecutors.
I think majority is because my job is also on the lines that work in gaming industry. Yeah, that's true. Fuck, man. There is a limit on speech. There's free speech, but that to a limit. If I was complete, like what you know of me now is the complete opposite of what I used to be growing up as a kid, up until university. See the side, like straight edge, full straight edge, nothing controversial. Never tried to insult no one. Was really quiet. Would speak when spoken to. Would never assert myself. You know, I kept everything inside. You know what I mean? And eventually, keeping things inside, it was like, I can't do it. You know what I mean? So I'll take it, Ryan. Gotta go now. Okay. Yeah, take it, Ryan, man. Gotta pick up that sister. Yeah. But
I don't give a piss about nothing but the time,
baby.
I don't give a piss about nothing but time.
But in the end, sometimes you don't want to bottle things up. You want to say your truth. You know what I mean? So if you had a bad day at work, or a frustrated day at work, or something's really annoying you in the news, or you're annoying the way one of your friends got treated, or annoying the way you got treated, you want to be able to talk about that, you know what I mean? And not sugarcoat things. Just because, you know, your audience is not used to hearing, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. Alright. I do it, but in real life, okay? So you go for like online is scary. So you got girly mates and stuff, like fellow friends that you can like cousins, relatives that you kind of like vent to. And you go full Hispanic curse mode. You've got people like that you can do that to. I don't have that anymore. All I do, but they're all far away. So now I have to do it online. You know what I mean? You're lucky that you've got people like that. You know what I mean? Your Spanish lady friends. You know what I mean? That you can like just go full Spanish. Like for me, I would have done that with my friends, my close friends. They're married now. They have kids. You can't really vent. You know what I mean? So this is like an outlet for, you know, sharing a common hobby, but also like sharing things that annoy you, or not being silent about things. You know, silence is the worst. Go to Aquila City. I have my family, not really friends. Okay, yeah. You can vent to family, that's good. Even when my family were around, I didn't really use them to vent, to be honest. A lot of them were migrants here. They weren't born here. They're not the kind of people you can vent to in that way, you know what I mean? You have an older cousin or an older aunt or you don't want to swear in front of them in English. So.
Hope no one recognizes me here.
Don't you feel like going full Spanish cussing mode on your streams of it? Like you just read a text or you read a message from someone or you get really annoyed and you just want to go full Spanish curse mode on your stream with it. You just want to say what you want to say, be like, damn, I gotta maintain the persona, you know what I mean? The VTuber persona. It's difficult, man. Don't know how you do it. It would be easier if you were just Yvette on stream, you know? But I know that the VTuber persona gives you a barrier there. It's a needed protection barrier between your privacy, security. It's a needed barrier. You know, it makes modesty. But then you have to maintain that persona, and you just can't break character. I can imagine Yvette's your YouTube avatar cursing in Spanish, saying "puta madre," these Israelis, and I'm like, okay, you wouldn't do that to your I think this is why I like the crazy people, the crazy outspoken people. There are people that exist, believe it or not, Yvette, that will say stuff that even I wouldn't say. But I like watching those people because it feels cathartic and liberating. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was saying that this is why I like watching crazy people, because believe it or not, there are people that will say things that even I wouldn't say. It feels cathartic, liberating, you know what I mean? Things you want to say, but you would never say it in public, in front of people. They're saying it. So I like those kind of those are larger than life people. You should have that as well. You need to watch some just complete nut job YouTuber. It doesn't have to be a dude, it can be a woman. Just complete nut job that just says everything you want to say but can't say. Living on the edge, yeah. Because those are free spirits. That's freedom. I see those people and I think, mashallah, these people, we must be living in a free society. That they're saying things that I so desperately want to say, but I can't say it. So it's good to have that.
Work hard, play hard. That should be the Freestar motto.
Do you vote, Yvette? Or have you historically voted for presidents like Democrats, Republicans? Yvette, who are you gonna vote for in this election? You've got a choice between Dumb and Dumber. You've got no good choices. Vivek, Nikki Haley, Trump, Biden. I tried to avoid it. Yeah, it's a shame. We were having this conversation yesterday, Yvette, that if America doesn't figure out a third way, if you guys can't figure out a third way for yourself or create your own third way, they're gonna decide it for you, Yvette. So when the Republicans and Democrats fail, yeah, they're gonna decide it for you. You decide. There is a third way, but it's hidden. I agree. This is where the people need to come up with their third way, because now they're gonna start giving you a third way, and it's gonna be worse than anything that came before. Anything. There's only so many states you can jump to run from things. Or if this law came into Florida and I don't believe in this law, I'm gonna move to Oklahoma, or I'm gonna move to Dallas, or I'm gonna move to Maine or something, and then something comes there. You can't run. You're just running from point to point to point to point, just to stay economically viable. I can't afford a house here. I'm gonna go to this state, afford a house. Everything gets jacked up over there. Everything needs to change, man.
You keep rangering day by day.
America's gonna be this one homogenous place
A year or two back,
that everyone hates.
Ron Ho. Make a drink.
Better this than being some.
I'm sure MCAS has said this to you. You need to come England, man. You need to move to England. It's not perfect, but I'm sure he'll tell you it's better than America, right? Or have you looked into it, investigated it with MCAS? Like, is UK a good place to like settle and like live compared to what I'm living, what I'm paying right now, that kind of thing? You must be thinking about it, right? Move to England. Move. It's all gonna go to hell, man. All gonna go to hell. Yeah, UK is extremely expensive in housing. At least in London, it is expensive. If you didn't get in, it's just going up and up and up and up and up. I think the multiculturalism here, and you being able to express your faith openly of it, you'll be much more comfortable here. You know, it's bad here, believe me, but as a mixed heritage, convert, revert, lecture, I think being comfortable in your own skin and what you believe, you'll feel more comfortable here. It'll feel like a big bird weight off your shoulders, I think. All the pros and cons. How do I get up here? Dude, these are pod people. They're living in like little pods. What the hell? All our faults. We have made multiculturalism work over here in the UK compared to anywhere in Europe.
If you're looking for the Rangers,
so pod life. They're saying that, man. There's one thing, conspiracy theory, I believe in it. There's one conspiracy I really do believe. Because of this net zero thing, the new agenda is net zero. Climate change is real, but they're weaponizing net zero. They want people living in pods. They want people eating bugs. They want to outlaw beef. So in 20 years, they're going to ban or outlaw beef. I believe that. I believe they're going to do that, because now my grocery stores are introducing meat alternatives, like pushing meat alternatives. Plant-based beef. So climate change is real, but the politics, they're weaponizing it to reduce our standard of life while the rich get richer. But I also think we are running out of food for the population. That's because they're attacking farmers. They're attacking farmers. And GMO also. If a GMO crop fertilize, this is the rules. If a GMO crop fertilizes some guy's land, that crop starts growing on someone else's land, they requisition that. They go, that's ours. That's ours. That's ours. There's some shady shit going on in agriculture as well. GMO crops and stuff. Technically, we should not be running out of food if GMO is the big thing. Organics getting too expensive, so we're relying on GMO crops. Like, my religious brain kicks in a bit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this earth to sustain us until the day of judgment. It apart from the big trials and the fitna, like the trials that had to come with this famine, where there's no food, that kind of thing, this world was given to us to look after, to maintain, and it will sustain us if we look after it. So I believe in that. I don't believe in that where there's too many people. You know, God would make an earth that would just implode if there were too many people. It's set up to give us, sustain all of us. So then when these people start saying there's too many of us, you need to only have 2 kids, you should only have 1 kid, you should eat bugs, you should live in smaller houses, we're gonna tax you if you live as a family in a house, you know, that sort of thing. So my religious brain comes into contact with my, you know, socioeconomic brain. Yep. Dark times are coming, man. I think something big's gonna happen before your election, Yvette. I was saying this yesterday. I believe that there's something big's gonna happen before your elections in America. But that's the mindset which might be causing all this fake meat and store rice. Yeah, we've started to believe what they're saying. That's the problem. Birth rates are going down, divorce rates going up. They don't want, it seems like they're trying to slow us down. Where if we don't slow down, it'll be fine. Like every kid that's born is gonna grow up to contribute, right? Become a factory worker, become a coder, become someone who's essential, becomes a bus driver, becomes someone. Society will keep spinning. We need people. We keep blaming immigrants for coming over, which is ironic. Immigrants coming over, taking our jobs, but then we say there's too many of us and we need to have 1 kid. And it's like, dude, if you're in America, have 3 kids and let them take the jobs that no one else is taking. You know what I mean? Keep America afloat. But it's the immigrants that are coming over, taking less pay and doing those jobs. You know what I mean? We can't have our cake and eat it too. Blame immigrants for taking jobs and then say there's too many of us and I'm only gonna have 1 kid. You're like, you know what I mean? It's bizarre, man. Alright, I was playing D&D earlier and I've gone on for long. It's 3:46. I'm gonna end the stream. End the stream. I never make progress in this game every time I put this on. It's one of them long games. I want to finish the story. I was playing D&D with Vected and Rick before, so... But yeah, thank you. On this rare occasion, Yvette, you are the last viewer. The only viewer left, so... Thank you, Yvette, for sticking around. I'm gonna end the stream. But yeah, salam dua to you, Yvette. And everyone, take care. Nice chilling with you. Take care, Yvette. Take care.
From what I've gathered, you grew up nice and sheltered with mama's pretty stories and your own made-up theory. And mama gave me a magic clicker. Well, yes, I think it's true and fair to say